How's it going, Critter family? I hope you all are doing well. Adonis and I are doing quite well. Thank you for all the kind words and support and prayers that you send our way. It is truly so appreciated. I hope you and your critters really are doing well, your loved ones as well. Please stay cool during these hot days of summer, or if you're across the world, stay warm. It might be winter time for you. I might be really dumb, but I have, in the meantime, started a Patreon. If you would be interested in checking that out, you are more than welcome to. I will leave a link in the description below. That would just allow me to, keep doing what I'm doing, and you can help support the channel. But of course, don't worry if you have no means, you just don't want to, or you're unable to. I don't want anyone to give anything to me, donate anywhere, if you are not going to be able to take care of yourself. So please take care of yourself first and foremost. Make sure you are fed and cool and warm and have a nice bed and a roof over your head and your critters' heads before you think about trying to give to me. So for those of you that do support, thank you so very much. I do appreciate it. There's already a couple videos up there for you for Patreon, for patrons. But don't worry, if you cannot do that, there will be plenty of free videos and free sources on YouTube that I will continue to post. So I'm not going to leave anybody of my critter family out. That's just for an additional way that you can help support the channel. And you can also subscribe if you'd like or dislike the videos, however you feel fit. But today we're going to be going over a video of the antics of Mr. Mo. This was posted a little while back, horsey video, and a lot of people apparently have, covered it and have different views of it. She says basically, language warning, don't watch if you're going to be offended. She's not going to go bow down to the bullies and this and that. People are accusing her of abusing her horse. So we'll see. Of course, with all videos, I'm using this footage under Fair Use Act for education, criticism, giving my point of view, trying to give a voice to the horse, and point out some things I might do different. So if you're ready for that, then let's get started. Or maybe we won't. So we're out here on, I guess what they call a hack, or I don't know, they're hacking, which is you just go for a ride with your horse. Trotting. So they're slowing down a little bit.
Come on, walk on. Walk on. Good boy.
So it already takes a few times to get him to move on. This little guy is so stinking cute. She does have him in a bitless bridle, which I do appreciate.
Walk on. Once she gets the ones that are near. Walk on.
So he's being a smart horse. He's looking on either side. This is very natural behavior I would expect of a horse because you're looking on either side of the fields. You're looking at these grasses where there could be a predator that's going to hop out or something that's going to scare them. Very natural behavior.
There's cows over there, and there's cows over there, and
so
there's
they're surrounded by cows.
And they could most definitely all eat me.
So she's kind of saying what the horse is thinking, which is true. He doesn't know what a cow is. I mean, he's quite frightened of them. There was another video of her where she tried to get him. She was trying to help her friend who fell off her horse or something, and he was spooked by a bunch of cows, and he ends up, getting away from her and running off and leaving her there. But, she got a ride from somebody and got him back. So either way, he is not too fond of cows. And this is a perfect opportunity, actually, that I would just, whenever I'm working with horses, that I just and my dog too, and other dogs, I just stand there. And actually, big shout out to Ben, Fitman Fatty on the channel. He sent me a very nice email, and in part of it, I will just preface and say that he let his German Shepherd be on a long line and just sniff and just take their time at sniffing something and enjoying and looking at things instead of forcing them to be on his time, on his walk. He allowed them to just be a dog and just experience life in that moment. And I'm just so happy to hear that. So happy to hear the success, and just I love hearing when people can learn to bond with their animals and let their animals be animals and still learn to enjoy that. I think that's just terrific. So if I were here with this, I guess his name is Mr. Mo, I would just be sitting here. I would, loosen the reins, let him have his head, and just let him take in this information. He can pretty much go wherever he wants to. If he feels like he wants to head back, well, we can head back for a little bit, and then I'll stop him, turn around, and see if we can head back this way. If we, I'm not going to get into a fight with him, but that's just how I work. Over time, I can still teach him that you can trust me and we're going to work at your pace. I would get off, maybe walk him a little bit before he feels the need to stop or start panicking. You know, you keep him under threshold. You just get him used to that area there where first we'll stand. Then maybe I'll ask him to flex. Maybe I'll ask him to back up. Maybe I'll ask him, you know, if I can take him and lunge him for one quick little circle or slow little circle. I mean, like, I don't usually make horses like run in a lunge. Just testing how well I can have his mind without having to use brute force. Just like if I have a dog and I'm able to get them to focus on me, I can ask for a down. When I can ask for obedience cues and there's a trigger or a known trigger in the vicinity, that's where I know that we're able to move closer because they are below threshold enough to be able to follow obedience cues.
Come on. Walk on. Walk
Ouch.
on. No, I'm going to get him paid. No, I'm going to... Excuse me.
So she's squeezing, she's pulling on his face. He says no.
Get on.
He
We're
says,
not
you're not
having
listening
that
to me.
behaviour.
She's just, you know, just ripping his face around. Poor little thing. He's already sweaty. He's already been carrying you out in the sun like this. I mean, and I'm not saying that I'm against anybody with, like, you know, exercise, but I'm just saying, like, give him more respect than that.
Yeah. Get on.
Okay, so growl at
Get
him,
on.
kick really hard.
They're far away enough to get on with it.
So she's very impatient, very, very quickly. To me, it just sounds like entitled, spoiled, just, it's so rampant in the horse world. Like, not just women, like men too. I mean, but just this mindset and this attitude.
Done. Walk
She just
on.
continuously kicks
Thank
and
you.
screams
Walk
at him.
on. They're walking closer to me.
To her, she thinks that the cows being at that distance should be okay. So just because you think like a human, you don't think like a horse, okay. Yep. Blaming everything on the
Which
horse.
is absolutely terrifying. Walk on. Walk on.
I mean, she's not like, why should you develop skills and understanding of an animal when you can just use brute force and painful tools to control their head and body? And, you know, same with the dog, and you know that's what keeps us from learning to actually be good and skillful owners and riders and all this nonsense.
Good boy.
Yeah, I just beat you, I'm gonna tear your face off, you know, I'm gonna kick you, and okay, I won't say that she beats him, but she's gonna kick him and do all this and scream at him. But yeah, good boy.
Walk on. Seriously. Hit.
Again, the more she does this, she doesn't realize she's causing this, and she's teaching this horse to become more spooky and associate the cattle or whatever it is as to be more scary and all the more fearful because of how she's teaching him to react and because of how she's interacting with him.
No. No.
Poor thing. This just screams her lack of skill and lack of you know, skill as a horsewoman, horsemanship. She's just brute force.
You are being an ass today. No.
Oh yeah, let's call him the ass. Versus me having to wear gloves to have, you know, nice tight grip on my reins. Like, look at how tight she's pulling this. Under his chin, it's rubbing, like...
Get on. Get
Poor
on.
thing. Big kicks,
Get
big
on.
kicks.
Walk on. Thank you. No.
More screaming. Yeah, this is kind of what we call a clue. Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Oh, you little... No. No.
So now she's going to teach him to rear and
You
jump.
up if I have to.
And more yanks and pops.
Get on.
Kick.
Come on. Stop being such a baby.
Yeah, kick him and make him rear. I know he's rearing, but this is a cute little head. Look at that little head. But very, very dangerous. She's teaching him to rear. She's teaching this horse to become dangerous. You know, you catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar. Understand where the horse is coming from. Otherwise, you're going to be just like Tara, and you two will end up injured, if not killed.
Oh, you little ass. No. We've never had that behaviour before.
Well, how do you think he learned it? He wouldn't learn this if you weren't on his back. He wouldn't learn this if you weren't forcing him and not teaching to prepare him.
Oh, no.
So he's a mirror of you. What you're saying, he's saying too. He's saying, ouch, it hurts, get off my face, get off my back. I don't want to go over here, and I'm not going to. He's not being stubborn. He's not being, he's not being a stupid horse. He's not being a baby. He's not being an ass. He's not being anything. He says, I'm afraid to go over here, and I would rather take your kicks and your punishment and your, yanking my face and whatnot and flipping you over. I'd rather risk all that than continue moving over here. Because to him, that is certain death. Could we teach him that? Sure. Anyone with a brain and not so much ego and a little bit of skill and understanding of a horse, a true horseman, man or woman, would be able to teach this horse that that's nothing to worry about.
This is naughty!
Naughty. Okay. Girl, I don't know how old you are, but Jesus, you sound like you are just like the most entitled. And usually I don't say this about people, but no, I don't know what it is about, maybe it's because we can ride the horse and they're a mode of transportation that people get so irritated with them versus a dog. You can usually just drag them along. But, good grief.
No.
Snorting with frustration. Sidestepping, more frustration.
They're literally running the other way. No!
Well, he's smarter than you. I mean, heck. Oh, yeah, pop him in the face some more.
Get on!
Yeah, just kick. That's gonna work. Again, insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Now, could you still have a good ending to this? Absolutely. You could let him stand here, or just get him to stand anywhere, and just stand there. Get out of his face, and teach him, hey, we're just gonna stand. Yes, we may be facing this way, but we're not gonna move this way. You could very easily teach this horse just by having him face that direction. He doesn't have to go that way, but just have him face there and stand there for a few seconds or a few minutes with quiet hands. You can get off his back.
Seriously?
You can walk him around in a little circle. You can go back, you can go forth. You can still end this on a positive note. It's a process, not an event. It's going to take time. Or you can just keep doing this, and you'll end up, with him laying on you in a ditch.
No.
Poor thing. This poor horse.
Get on.
Poor thing.
No.
He's so
I'm not having that behaviour, young man. Get on.
Just scream at him. This is so common. I mean, so many videos of people just screaming and just kicking and whipping and... dancing around, throwing his head.
I wish I'd put your bit in.
She wished she put his bit in so she could control him more, cause him more pain. She thinks she's controlling him more, but really that could have caused him with this much, throwing his head around. She could have caused him to rear and fall back on her. This poor little guy. I would love to just play with this guy. I would love to teach him. I would be so happy to teach this guy on the ground. Not ever even being on his back. I'm probably too heavy for him anyway, but just walking him past these cattle. That would be such a great accomplishment that I would feel so happy about. Just getting him to accept being able to walk by the cattle and not even, see them, not even acknowledge them. And then you can practice being on his back, because what you do on the ground transfers to on the back, but you still have to, that's something different. And you can practice that. This poor little thing. Ouch.
Right, walk. Walk on, because I'm not having you backing into things that you shouldn't back into.
Well, if you would let go of his face and stop being stupid, you wouldn't back him into things. You're not in control, lady. And that's what makes her so irritated, is that she thinks she's in control of everything, and she's not.
Get on!
Screaming.
Look.
When ignorance screams, intelligence is silent.
This? So I won't be able to lead you past them because you'll put girls home. I've never had this behaviour from you. Never!
So yeah, let's throw a hissy fit now. Because this horse is teaching you that you actually don't know squat. Just because it's been, you never had to deal with this behavior before. You've never taught this behavior before. I mean, this is so easy to make this horse dangerous, or it's so easy if you know the slightest bit about horse behavior and herd behavior and fear and pressure and release. It's so easy to make them not like this.
Get on!
Scream.
Oh.
Scream. I wonder if the farmers around here can hear her screaming at her horse. I wonder how many people they hear screaming at their horse as they go on this little trail.
No! Oh, you little bastard.
Yeah, call him
No.
all sorts of names. Throw his face around. I'm with this little horse. Poor thing. You're bringing him into the ditch, lady.
Get on! You're gonna hurt yourself. Get up!
You're gonna hurt yourself. I think you're gonna hurt him. You're taking his head away. You're already hurting him, probably rubbing his nose raw, kicking him in the sides, in the ribs. Who knows what else? But now he's gonna hurt himself. As if she cares about him, and then she screams, "Get on!"
Get up!
God, woman, I would hate to be your horse. I would do the exact same thing. I would be... If you were on my back, I mean, I would probably immediately be put down because I would be deemed as an aggressive horse, but... Girl, you're lucky. You are really, really lucky. And that luck eventually will run out.
No, we're not going home. We're getting past them. You absolute pussy!
Okay, yeah, more name calling. He's the pussy. Okay, if you're gonna call him names, then... You're ignorant. You're entitled. You're spoiled. You're a brat. How about that? How does that feel, huh? Just so you know, he's not a pussy. He's a smart animal. You're a dumb human.
No!
You're arrogant.
No!
Poor horse.
Good boy.
Oh, now let's get off and walk you and... Look at that little face. I love how he has like the little rounded little head like that. I don't know if that's better or not for their... that might be more difficult for them to breathe, their sinuses. I don't know how that works. But, you know, like the bull terrier, like they're adorable, but they have a hard time breathing because their face is all like, you know, disfigured like that. But, yeah, so finally she learns to get off and we're going to walk him and see if that helps. Oh, yeah, hands right under here, right under the chin. Shows even more ignorance.
Walk on.
He's been walking. You don't need to tell him to walk on. Why are you so out of breath? You shouldn't be this out of breath. I mean, nor should your horse.
Calm down. Walk
on. Shoving him. So even on the ground, she doesn't know how to get him to be more comfortable around these cattle. She should have just stopped right there with, you know, let go, have your hand on the end of the reins. You don't need to be under his chin or put a lead rope on him. And just stand there and let him learn that he can just be calm.
Come on. Just calm down.
How about you calm down? He's like, lady, I would have been calm if you wouldn't have been kicking me and just ripping my face around and all this and that and screaming at me.
You're all right. What, serious? No.
She's like a total 180, just, you know, come on. No, you're all right. No, come on. Like, you think he's gonna believe that nonsense?
Don't you dare do that to me!
Yeah, scream in his face. Again, this is really short, more uncomfortable. So now he's rearing.
Look at him!
I'm looking. And I understand exactly where he's coming from. What you need to do is look at yourself, not him.
Right.
Yeah, yank him around.
You little shit.
You're the only one that's the little shit here.
Here.
She's so lucky this horse does not just kick her, you know, bolt and run off. You know, the one time I was stupid with a horse, she taught me a very good lesson. That I was following what everybody says, you know, show him who's boss, and I got too aggressive and swung the rope at her and smacked her on the butt because I was taught that, you know, don't let them get in your space, which is just baloney. Well, she ended up kicking back full force. I got one full hoof extension straight to the pelvis, like straight onto the pelvis, and she kind of took a few steps and then came and faced me, and I was like, okay, I won't do that again, because what I did, my action got a reaction, which was not the reaction I was looking for. So that horse taught this stupid human, myself, that you don't need to listen to this baloney. You know, don't be so over-controlling. And you know what? We've been great ever since. I still trust her. I'm not afraid of her. Like, I got a bruise? Yeah, okay. But no, she's so lucky this horse... And Feather wasn't trying to kick me. She was reacting to the, you know, the smack of the rope on her butt, which she didn't need. And she told me so. And I learned from it. I mean, this horse could kick her and run off, and he's just being fearful. He's just being a horse. He's being a flight animal.
Little asshole, no, because I don't want you going in the ditch.
Well, then let go of his face and don't force him in a direction he doesn't want to go in, and he won't go in the ditch.
Get on!
Jesus.
Don't go in the ditch!
Well, then don't force him. Let go of his face, and he will be able to control himself. He won't go in the ditch. You're the one causing him to go in the ditch.
Oh my god, Yeah, there's a ditch there, you asshole! Oh, fuck's
You are
sake!
so lucky. Oh my gosh. Wow.
God!
So her camera's, like, in the water.
Daddy!
She's still hanging on to the saddle? Okay, apparently not.
Daddy! Now I'm stuck in the ditch, you little shitter!
That, seriously, he could have injured himself if he fell on her. He could have stepped on her. She could have drowned. He could have, you know, broken any part of her body. He could have easily killed her. And she's still just getting out and just like, she's just used to this.
Oh my god. Well, that was lucky that I didn't actually get squashed.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
No thanks to you, though. You got yourself in that situation.
Really? Fucking hell.
So her horse took off on her. So we're gonna end that there. That was that. It's just blind and ignorance and ego and all that nonsense. So there's my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said earlier, if you want to subscribe, you can. I mean, that's always appreciated. You can like or dislike the video. If you want to check out the Patreon link, you can. That's always appreciated. But you don't have to, by any means. Regardless, thank you very much for stopping by. I do appreciate it. I hope you all are doing well. Go say hi to your little critters. Give them some kind of loving for me. And until next time, stay positive.